It's a neat little gadget. He must carry it around everywhere. Pictures are Mark's only way of expressing himself.
マーク、なかなか絵が上手だね。地球へ来たら一緒にスケッチしようか。おじさんも絵を描くんだ。今度見せてあげようか。
ジョナさん、マークお前に懐いているよ。普通なら他人と食事は一緒にしない。
そうか。
珍しいことだが、多分そのタバコだろう。
タバコ？
マークはタバコに興味があるんだ。
Weird.
古い映画なんか見るとタバコ吸ってるでしょ。
はは、映画ファンらしいからな。
マークはあれに憧れてるの。
実際にタバコを加えた人間を見るのはお前が初めてだろう。
マーク、いい趣味してるよ。
So I hear you always carry that tablet around. Tablet? Can I talk to him anymore? Is that it? You should eat up, Mark. Alright. Hey, Anna. Do you like the stew? Ask about her.
アナ、好きな人いるのかい？恋人とか。
おらんおらん。
もうパパったら今まではいなかったけど好きな人できたわ。
こら、こいつはダメだぞ。
You have a job, Anna? I used to guide at the Astronauts Memorial Museum until last month. I was majoring in space history before, so it was a good experience for me. I think I'm ready for a relationship, you know? A real relationship. Somebody older, more mature. What are you talking about? You're still a kid. No, she's a woman already, and quite a woman at that. Oh boy. That it? Yep. Do you always do the cooking? Yeah, I love to cook, but on Beyond, nutritional balance is more important than taste, especially when it comes to calcium. Tokugawa put up recipes on BeyondNet every day. It's not that hard with those around. Do you like school, Anna? What's your major? Do you do any sports? Yeah, it's great. My major is bioethics. As for sports, I do zero-G rhythmic gymnastics. I got plenty of friends, all girls though. I don't know what the schools on home are like, but I love mine. I make my own lunches I take to school. Since you know so much about space history, you mind if I pick your brain? How about a story related to food? It said the first person to use chopsticks in space was astronaut Onizuka, who later died in the Challenger disaster. The interesting thing is he didn't eat Japanese food with them. The first people to eat solid food in space were astronauts Young and Grissom aboard Gemini 3. They smuggled sandwiches on board. How do you like my cooking? Not bad for someone my age, huh? This would be considered space food to someone from home. How does calcium fit in with your diet here? What's important isn't so much the amount of calcium, but the balance between the calcium and the phosphorus. If there's too much phosphorus, your body won't be able to absorb the calcium. I do zero-G rhythmic gymnastics. I don't know why I'm struggling with rhythmic, so I always try to make sure I get enough calcium. Well, blacks have naturally higher calcitonin levels anyway, so it's not as bad for me. Weird way to phrase that. Okay. I think it's the coolest sport around. There's friction between the Zero-G Gymnastics Association and the Beyond's Board of Education over the calcium loss issue, though. Its critics say it isn't good for kids who are still growing. I saw your poster. Don't worry, the thing's gonna take off like you won't believe. It's even better than bud wrestling. Oh, Jesus. There's only one stadium on Beyond. It would be nice if we had some more. That's my new uniform I was wearing earlier. I need to keep in shape for the squad. It's the only other reason I watch what I eat. With all the advances in science over the years, like organ transplantation and gene therapy, we've entered territory some say is reserved for God. We study other issues as well, like artificial fertilization, surrogate mothers, cloning, and the relationship between comas, persistent vegetation states, and organ transplantation. It's a field that's been gathering a lot of attention since the turn of the century. Some of the food we're eating right now actually violates principles of bioethics. Why don't I tell you more after dinner? Okay. Let's both turn our heads at the same time. What do you think about everything that's happened? Well, we haven't really got any physical evidence or leads, but I'm with you. The whole thing stinks. Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals is hiding something. We need evidence sufficient enough to allow BCP to open an official investigation.
エド、本当にいい家族だな。
俺の唯一の自慢だ。ただマークのことはあるがな。
大丈夫さ。時間が解決してくれる。
だといいが。
You two must be busy a lot with 2 kids. Or you must be busy a lot with 2 kids. I really don't owe you an apology, Ed. I got you into this without knowing your situation. That wasn't right. It's okay. It's time I turned things around. I said all those things without knowing everything that happened to you. No, you were absolutely right. I had become too servile. Something tells me he's already dead. That's the feeling I get. Who knows what happened, but Hojo must have gotten in their way somehow. Can't you keep work away from the dinner table, Dad? That guy followed Lorraine all the way to home. She must have known something, too. They wanted to shut her up. Those capsules are obviously worth killing for, but why? Well, talk will give you indigestion. You think they go after Karen? It doesn't look like she knows anything. She'll probably be alright. As long as she doesn't do anything to arouse any suspicion. It looks like the thing goes way beyond Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. Tokugawa himself has to be involved too. Oh, he's definitely involved. This ain't gonna be easy, going up against a group like this. We have to think about how we're gonna handle this. Come on, Dad, eat up. I always fail trying to analyze myself objectively. Your plate's empty, Jonathan.
ちょっと冷たくなっちゃったけど。
I'm just savoring the flavor before I move on. Need more veggies.
ドレッシングがいけないのかもしれないな。このくらいでは味がわからない。もう一度。確かにまずい。本物だ。
What's back there? That's the kitchen. That's where I go to work. I'm full. I think I'll stop there. Hee hee. What are you two smiling about? Oh, just shooting the breeze, right, Mark? Hee hee. My stomach may be full, but I can still go for a piece of this. What? Oh, son of a bitch. Walked into that one. You say something, Jonathan? Oh, it definitely did not. I'm telling you, keep your hands off my daughter. So it's nice and fresh, huh? I want to talk about the investigation. Why are you wasting time like that while everything is cold, hoping for a state of execution? How to proceed? Okay, there we go.
さて、これからどうする？
奴らも動き出すはずだ。徳川の出方を見張ろう。
どうもこういうじれったいやり方は性に合わない。
仕方がない。ここは OLA じゃないんだ。
ジョナサン、どんどん食べてね。冷めちゃったけど。
ああ、遠慮せんとな。お前は俺と違ってまだ30代だからな。
けど。
Phone. Phone's ringing.
はい、ブラウンです。え、どちら様ですか？ええ。はい。はい、そうです。お待ちください。パパ、ビデオフォンよ。ちょっと変なの。音声信号だけでカプセルのことで話したいって。
What?
カプセル？はい、エド・ブラウンだ。誰だ？
誰でもいい。あんたらの損になる話じゃない。いいか、よーく聞け。AMM に来るんだ。あの探偵も連れてこい。北条健三のことについて嗅ぎ回ってんだろ。
What the fuck's going on?
どうしてそれを？
なことはどうでもいい。来るのか来ないのか。
わかった。AMM だな。
話が聞けるぜ。AMM のパイオニアの前だ。
パイオニア？
来ればわかる。俺の名はナインスターズ。じゃあな、ポリスノーツ。
Well, that was certainly strange. And, you know, not the least bit suspicious.
ジョナさん、撒いた種が芽を出したぞ。垂れ込みだ。
餌にかかったか。どうだ？
AMM 宇宙飛行士記念博物館。
AMM か。アナがバイトしてたという。すぐ乗り込もう。
待って、全部食べてからにしてよ。まだ時間はあるわ。冷めちゃったけど。
アナ、ごちそうさま。美味しかったよ。
ジョナサ
また今度。
ン、もう知らない。
マーク、今度絵を見せてくれよな。
行くぞ、ジョナさん。
Well, let's see what this takes us. As we drive to the Memorial
行け
Museum.
ばわかる。しかしあのビデオ本、聞いたことのある声だった。
いいタイミングでタレコミが入って助かった。アナには悪いが。
お前はいい。俺は毎日だ。毎日わけのわからんものを食わされてる。
エド、お前が作るよりマシだろ。再婚でもするか。
これ以上厄介はごめんだ。
なら我慢するんだな。
ここ
Yeah,
は宇宙飛
blah,
行
blah,
士
blah, blah, blah.
AMM だ。
I was going to say exactly what he said,
タ
so...
レコミ屋の指定場所にしては賑やかだな。
週末だから観光客も多い。その方が安全だと思ったんだろう。
信用して大丈夫だろうか。
ここで思案してもどうにもならん。
Got a point.
さあ、そろそろ約束の時間だ。指定の場所へ急ごう。
The building is modeled after Kennedy Space Center's vehicle assembly building. The scale inside are totally different. Scale and inside are totally different, but its outside appearance is an exact recreation. I thought it looked familiar. Launch Complex 39. We went to Kennedy once for part of our training, remember? There's the main entrance there. What about tickets? Admission's free during the anniversary celebrations. How convenient.
それじゃ入場しよう。
博物館か。ワクワクする。
勘違いするな。タレコミ屋に会いに来たんだぞ。
Oh man.
ここがサンゴホールと呼ばれているロビーだ。
なるほど。でかいサンゴだな。
So we're looking for Pioneer. Oops. Okay. That's Project Mercury's Friendship 7, which carried the first American into orbit around home. Astronaut Glenn's mission lasted 4 hours 55 minutes, taking him around home 3 times. This is in pretty good shape for something that old. This is only a replica. The real one is charred to a crisp when it re-entered the atmosphere.
ロシアのミール宇宙ステーションのミニチュアだ。
宇宙長期滞在記録を出したり、日本人を初めて宇宙で迎えたり。よく覚えてる。旧ソ連が崩壊してからしばらく放置されていた。
そうだ。その後日本の企業に売却された。後の徳川だ。実物はまだ地球軌道を回っている。今では宇宙博物館として使われているらしい。
あの頃は旧ソ連が蓄積した宇宙技術を日本企業に売却するニュースを毎日のようにやっていたな。
宇宙開発後進国であった日本がここまでなったのもあの技術売却があったからだ。
The
日本
almighty
企
yen.
業が初めて宇宙に実質的なビジネスを持ち込んだ。
Let's go to the moon corner.
ここはアポロ計画を中心に月面関係が展示されているコーナーだ。
月面のセットがそのまま再現されてる。
What's the aluminum foil for? It was to provide protection from the heat. That's a flag. It's the American flag! The Apollo astronauts planted one on the surface after each landing. When you think about it, planting a national flag in space like this does seem pretty ridiculous, even if it was smack during the middle of the space race. That was back when America was still a superpower. She needed a way of flexing her muscle. Space was dominated by a handful of countries in those days. Yeah, and now business dominates it.